Once upon a time, a prince was visiting another kingdom when he saw the most beautiful woman in the world. She shone with the brightness of the stars. Her beauty attracted him, but he wanted to know more about her. He wanted to know what kind of person she was. However, before he could approach, someone else walked up to her, offering a rose. They said, "I have fallen in love with your beauty. Marry me." She took the rose, then said, "You know as much about love as you do me or this rose. You mistake attraction for something deeper. I will not marry you." With that, she walked away. The prince watched her leave, but didn't follow her. He didn't want to scare or harass her. He walked away, lamenting the loss of the moment, but accepting that it was never meant to be. Later, he saw her again, and as before, someone approached her almost immediately. "My father is a rich man, and I can shower you with wealth. You'd never have to work a day in your life. Marry me." As before, she said, "You know as much about love as you do about hard work, and as much as you know about me. Love is work. Times can be hard. I don't think you can handle hard times. I will not marry you." Again, she walked away. Again, the prince was sad about this missed opportunity, but he rode off to explore more of the kingdom. Later, he was eating lunch in the local pub when the woman approached him. "This is the third time I have seen you," she said. "It seems fate determined that we should meet." "And yet, each time fate sent a suitor to intervene in our meeting," he replied. She smiled. His breathing stopped for just a moment. "Then it's good that I don't believe in fate," she replied. She sat down opposite him. After a while, she asked, "Well?" He looked confused. "Are you going to ask me to marry you like the others?" "I know you about as well as they did. I'd rather we got to know each other first." And so they chatted long into the night. Time passed, and the two grew closer. The prince discovered her name was Eleanor. He told her his name was Nathaniel. Eleanor even introduced him to her best friend Hunt. Hunt was suspicious of Nathaniel at first. "One day I will be her official bodyguard, but just because I'm not sworn in yet doesn't mean I won't do what it takes to protect her." Nathaniel replied, "I can't promise I will never hurt her." Hunt tensed instantly. Emotionally, with a careless word or a forgetful moment, "I can promise that I will never intentionally hurt her. I will do all I can to make her happy. And when I can't, I will wait patiently with her. I will do whatever she asks of me in those heaviest of moments. I will do whatever she asks of me forever." Hunt thought for a moment, then hugged him, and so began their friendship. Years passed, and Eleanor and Nathaniel grew closer. One day, Nathaniel turned to Eleanor and said, "I love you. I love your kindness, your passion, your loyalty, your sharp wit, your bright intelligence." She replied, "I love you too. I love your bravery, your sensitivity, your compassion, your quick mind." Nathaniel took a deep breath. "Will you marry me?" He held out a handcrafted ring. "You know me better than anyone, except maybe Hunt, and I know you just as well. We have worked through hard times together. I would love to marry you." And so they were married. Hunt was sworn in as the Queen's personal bodyguard, and all three of them spent many happy years living in the castle. One day, the Queen approached her husband to tell him that she was pregnant. He was thrilled. So was Hunt when the Queen told her about the pregnancy. They'd lie outside together discussing the baby. Eleanor said that she only wanted her child to be healthy. When Hunt asked her what she would name the child, Eleanor said if the baby was a boy, she would name him Theodore, after Nathaniel's father, and if the baby was a girl, Snowdrop, after her favourite flower. The day their new daughter was born, a snowstorm blew in. The roads were impassable. If they needed help, none would come. Hours passed, and when the snow was at its fiercest, their baby was born. Also, the king almost missed the birth because he had got himself stuck inside one of the castle walls and had to be rescued. Immediately there were problems. The castle was freezing. Fires were piled high, extra blankets thrown around mother and child as they waited for morning and the storm to die down. Eventually, the bleak, icy sun rose. The snow faded. Their child had survived. Her parents were overjoyed. And as promised, her mother named her Snowdrop. Snow for short. Snow's parents doted on her from the moment she was born. She was the centre of their universe, the entirety of their world. They loved her with every ounce of their being. They loved each other, all the more for having brought their precious child into the world. They could not imagine a life without each other. Whenever Snow cried, her mother would pick her up, talk to her, and sing her soft lullabies to put her back to sleep. Her father would tell stories of dragons and knights to make her feel brave and safe and protected. In those early years, Snow knew nothing but absolute love and devotion. Unfortunately, as is the nature of fairy tales, eventually Snow's mother fell ill while Snow was still quite young. No one in the kingdom could save her. The king was beside her bed day and night as she grew weaker. On their last night together, Eleanor said, "I know you won't want to, but one day I want you to remarry. I want you to find happiness with a new love. I don't want you to mourn me forever. You can't live with the dead, my love, because that is a living death. Promise me you'll find a new queen." The king spoke to Hunt about the queen's request, and Hunt solemnly nodded. "I will," he told Eleanor reluctantly. By morning, the queen had shuffled off the mortal coil. The kingdom mourned. Years passed, and Nathaniel and Hunt doted on Snow. He filled their home with pictures of her mother so she'd never forget her, or how much he and Hunt had both loved her. The king never forgot the promise he had made to his wife, and many times he considered remarrying, but he was so devoted to his daughter he couldn't bring himself to do it. And so many happy years passed with just the three of them living alone in the castle. It was only when Snow was almost fully grown that he finally gave in. He realised soon his daughter would be gone, and he would be lonely without her or her mother. All those years they should have spent together had been lost. He didn't want to waste more time. He remarried a young woman around his daughter's age, thinking they could also be friends, but the moment they were married, she showed her true colours. Braeburn started by removing all the pictures of Eleanor. She told the king she was having them cleaned and restored, but she never put them back. Then she stopped visitors coming to the castle. Braeburn said it was for privacy. Soon after, she had the 3rd floor renovated, creating a private room for herself. No one else was allowed to enter. She spent hours alone in there. The employees gossiped and whispered that they often heard voices coming through the closed door, but never in front of Braeburn. She terrified them. Sometimes even Snow heard her talking to herself, but sometimes she heard another voice answering. One day, the Queen summoned Hunt to her. She reminded Hunt that she had been sworn in as the Queen's bodyguard, and that she, Braeburn, was now Queen. She reminded Hunt her oath of loyalty now belonged to her. She gave Hunt 2 choices: break her oath, leave the castle, Nathaniel and Snow, or swear her allegiance to the new Queen. Hunt bowed her head in submission, and Braeburn placed her mark upon her. It was not long after this that King Nathaniel fell ill. His daughter did all she could for him, but he too shuffled from the mortal coil and joined his first and only love in the afterworld. Snow mourned the loss of both her parents. The Queen, now solely in charge, set about cementing her rule, disappearing into her room for long hours, often returning looking exhausted or frustrated, before creating new laws and rules that tightened her hold on the land, while all the people could do was wait for Snow to become queen and take over from her stepmother. They'd rebel, but Braeburn terrified them, always seeming to know things she shouldn't. When alone in her chambers, the Queen would turn to her magic mirror and say, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me how I maintain my rule." The imp in the mirror would respond, "If you want to keep your sway, then Snow, I fear, must go away." This would anger the Queen, who felt she had the right to rule, and she would respond, "I am Queen now, it is to me they bow." Only for Mira the imp to say, "But Snow's right to rule is perceived as divine. Her power comes from her father's bloodline." The Queen responded, "Begone now, treacherous beast. I wish our time together had already ceased." The imp shrugged her shoulders and laughed. "Dismiss me if you will, but maybe it's time that Snow fell ill." With that, the apparition faded, leaving the mad Queen alone with her thoughts. The next day, the Queen summoned Hunt to her chambers. Their discussion was heated, but when Hunt emerged, she looked defeated. Hunt approached Snow and asked her to join Hunt at the market, explaining the cook was sick and so they needed to buy groceries for dinner. Snow had not been out for years, so rejoiced at the sudden freedom, but also at the idea of spending more time with Hunt, as Hunt had been busy with her Queen's bodyguard duties. When they were finished with the market, Hunt suggested a walk in the woods. Snow thought nothing of it. Once under the cover of the trees, Hunt made her move towards Snow. "You must run," she told her urgently. Snow looked at her, confused. "I said run," Hunt said, pushing supplies into Snow's arms. "I don't understand." "She needs you gone." "Braeburn?" "The longer you live, the closer you get to inheriting the throne. Despite all she says, she has no intention of giving it back to you. Not now, not ever. I was supposed to make it look like an accident, but instead I want you to run." "She'll come after me." "I'll make her believe you're gone, that you'll never return." Hunt took Snow's hands. "You must never return." Snow only nodded. Now go. Run until you can't run anymore, then walk, then crawl. Get as far away as possible. What about you? I'll be fine. I must return to convince you you're gone. Snow threw her arms around her in a hug. I love you, Hunt. I love you too, Snow. Now please, flee. With that, Snow ran into the woods and never looked back. With Snow gone, Hunt travelled to the next kingdom over, disguised herself, and visited the local market. She bought a pound of blood-soaked meat from the vendor and then left. Once she returned to the castle, undisguised, she solemnly handed the queen her prize. For you, my queen, Snow is gone, never to return, Hunt told her. The queen opened the gory gift with glee, pleased with how her plan had turned out. Brayburn dismissed Hunt with a wave of her hand, barely paying any attention to her. You've done well. I'll reward you later. Now be gone. I must address my people. The queen had her soldiers gather up her subjects so she could address them all. It is with a heavy heart that I must inform you all that Princess Snow has had a terrible accident. She has unfortunately passed from this mortal realm and is now with her mother and father. With a heavy heart, I now take her place permanently as ruler. I'm also passing a new law. It's now illegal to leave the kingdom without royal permission. Anyone that is caught will be jailed, as will their families. No one clapped or cheered. They seemed too shocked and scared. Brayburn shrugged and walked away, saying to Hunt, They'll get used to the idea. After all, they have no other choice. Back at the castle, Brayburn summoned the imp in her mirror. As soon as the imp appeared, she started laughing. Oh, my queen so fair, there is a secret I'd like to share. Wary, the queen replied. Go on, little imp. Share your secret. I beg of you, please no longer keep it. The imp danced around happily. Princess Snow is not dead. It's into the woods that she has fled. The queen grew angry. But Hunt told me. The imp interrupted. I lie that she told thee. The queen fumed, and the imp spoke again. I think I shall take my leave. But remember, queen, take care with who you believe. The queen thought of summoning Hunt and demanding she finish the girl off, but having been betrayed once, was worried Hunt might warn Snow rather than finish the job. Fine, the queen said to herself. If I must do this alone, I shall. Meanwhile, Snow had done as Hunt had told her. She'd run until she couldn't take another step, and so had found herself lost in the woods. It was dark and scary, and Snow had no idea where she should go. Are you lost, little one? A voice hissed from the shadows. Not lost, she replied immediately, only getting my bearings. You must be lost, little one, to be here after dark. Anything could get you. I'd like to see them try. How brave you pretend to be, but my eyes can see better than yours, and I can see the fear on your face. A trick of the shadows. And what about the hammering of your heart? I've been running. It would be stranger if it had stopped. Well, yes, a stopped heart, but still being able to walk around and talk would make you like me. The vampire stepped from the darkness, smiling. I'm not scared of you, Snow whimpered. Oh, but little mortal, I know you are. The vampire lunged forward and Snow screamed. What's going on here? A new voice chimed in. Snow turned to see a fairy float towards her from the dark. I was just playing around, the vampire sighed sulkily. We've warned you about scaring people out here in the woods. I'm protecting us. Luna says the same thing, and yet all it does is draw people in to test their mettle. The fairy turned to Snow. But Crimson is right. You shouldn't be here after dark. The Queen's men roam these woods looking for those that are trying to cross into the next kingdom. The Queen is my stepmother. She tried to have me... I have no place to go, Snow said, distraught. A moment ago, You were just getting your bearings. Which is it? Crimson, stop. You scared her. Of course she lied to begin with. I would have too. So would you if you were still human. Crimson huffed. Come with us, little mortal. You can stay at our home, and we'll keep you safe. I have no money to pay you. Can you cook or clean? Asked the vampire Crimson gently. Yes? Then that will be enough for us. And that is how Snow ended up living with 7 cryptids. Hello, my fellow dragons, and welcome back to my channel where the dragons gather. Bit of a different one today. I thought I'd try and do like a little intro story into the game before I just launched straight into it. So yeah, we're going to be doing Snow White and the 7 cryptids as a playthrough. So obviously it's occult sims, but I always refer to them as cryptids. I don't know why. It's a habit I've got into and I just can't seem to get myself out of it. So if you hear me refer to them as cryptids, I am actually talking about occult sims. It's just the way I refer to them. So as with the last playthrough, there are rules, because of course there are rules, because otherwise what's the point of making this challenge? And the rules will be on the screen and in the description. Rule 1. I can't complete Snow's ambition until after all the other cryptids have accomplished their goals. So everyone will have an aspiration, and Snow's overall arching storyline is the last one I will be completing. I must change cryptid each day. So that means I can't just focus on one and complete their aspiration. I have to keep swapping between each cryptid. All cryptids must have a job, because obviously in the original storyline, they always used to go out and leave Snow behind, which meant that she was vulnerable. That's how we're going to do it with this one. They're all going to have a job. Snow can complete aspirations and join a career once all cryptids have completed their aspirations. So her overall arching storyline for me is going to be that she's going to get to the top of the Leader of the Free World career. I can't remember which one that is at the offhand, but that's what I'm planning to make her overall arching storyline. We can extend the house or move house during the run, but must remain in the same world. So we can't swap to Newcrest and continue playing there. We have to stay in the world that I've picked for this run. So she has to stay inside the kingdom, essentially. I've already mentioned the ultimate goal, but I'll mention it again. Ultimate goal is for Snow to be leader of the free world, because that's the closest I can get to her taking back her kingdom. Snow can fall in love, but no marriage until the end of the run. So I don't want the run to be focused on her getting married. That's what the last run was about. I'm trying to mix things up a little bit. I know a lot of fairy tales are about, oh, they must find true love. In this instance, I'm just trying to change things around a little bit. I will also play as the queen once a cycle, as in once I've gone through all the other cryptids, I will then swap houses and play as the queen. And the idea is that as the queen, I will go to the cottage and offer Snow an apple each time. If Snow accepts the apple, she's essentially in a coma for a week and unplayable for that reason. So as part of the cycle, I will play Snow once a week. At the end of that cycle, I'll play the queen. The queen will then visit the house. If when the queen visits the house, Snow accepts the apple that the queen gives her as a gift, Snow then becomes unplayable for the rest of that cycle. And at the end of the cycle, I'll skip Snow and go straight back to playing the queen. It's just to make it more difficult for me, especially once I've completed the other aspirations for the other cryptids. It makes it more difficult for me to just jump straight in and complete everything that Snow's doing. It just makes things a little bit harder for me, and hopefully a lot more interesting, because I'm kind of tired of the playthroughs I normally do, which are just have baby and just have sim and then another baby and so on and so forth. So I'm just trying to mix things up a little bit. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the playthrough. We're going to do a little bit now because this little intro took longer than I was expecting. So strap in, guys. Hopefully it's going to be fun. I've never played werewolf before, so this is interesting for me. Scavenger seems like the best one, so we're going to look into that. Okay, I do want you to start being more friendly towards Crimson. I realise the two of you don't get on. Oops, wrong one. I realise the two of you don't get on. How do I get you to talk to them? Friendly. Deep thoughts. Find common ground. I think that's a good place to start. Or not. I feel like I've gone from like 0 to 100 with like, last one was mostly just me playing with 1 sim. Now I'm playing with 8, because of course I am. How's that meal coming on? Everyone's hungry. Okay. You need to read books, but you need to eat as well. I really would like you to try and find some common ground. I know you don't want to. Oh, Winterfest was awful. Winterfest ended before I even got started. Okay, we're going to start from today, which is 2:16 a.m. Why won't you talk to Crimson? You need to... It's asking you to play common ground a bit too difficult. Point out downside of vampires. Favourably compare werewolves to vampires. Let's not do stuff like that. That seems like it's going to antagonise them. We don't want to antagonise Crimson. Every opportunity I give you to talk to Crimson, you decide to do something else. Goodness, woman, why did we let you near the food? It's going down. I think I'm going to have to watch them both very carefully. But it's going down. Read werewolf books. Okay. Yeah, I know you're sad. You'll be better soon. Oh, I need to find you a job. And you're still hungry and you haven't eaten yet. And there's no food left. Because, of course, there's no food left. Tempting to smash it considering everyone ate all the meal. Party size 8. You'd think the grand meal would have been enough to cover 8 Sims. Evidently not, unless someone put it away. Yeah, no one put it away. It must have just got must have got eaten. Well, just cook yourself stuff then. Is Undertaker a bit on the nose? I just like the idea that she would hand dig the graves. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. I had mods on, I keep forgetting. I mostly had them on for like the intro and I forgot to turn them off. Athlete would also fit Luna, I think. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure astronaut would be a good idea because every time she got near to the moon, she'd probably turn into a werewolf. Military would work for her as well, I think, because she is a pack animal. So that sort of camaraderie would suit her personality quite well, I think. Maybe make Crimson the Undertaker. What hours are they? 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's not good for a vampire. We really need something that's for them. We really need something that's like nighttime to morning. It means we won't get much time to play with them, but it means they won't be out in the sun. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to go with style influencer because I spent a lot of time working on Luna's personal style and I really like her style. I think she's really cute. I think I'm going to go with style influencer. I think she takes a lot of pride in what she wears and I think she'd like to influence people to feel the same way she does. To really want people to explore how having a certain look make you feel and how you can express yourself through clothes. Yeah, that's how I make things. That's why I'm not allowed in the kitchen anymore. Oh, and sorry, Phobos will become a plant sim. I just haven't done it yet. I didn't have an option in the main game, so. Oh, Boggles, I'm supposed to swap sims. Hugh wants to sleep. Of course he does. Everyone has their own room and their own assigned bed, and yet people are sleeping in the flipping living room. What on earth are you reading? Amidst the forest was an unknown vampire's lair. Crimson, have you been writing books? Though most of the group dared not creep any closer, Mingun was already halfway through the trees. Little mushrooms spilled out of her basket along the way, making her ascent with a haphazard trail. I kind of want him to go down the culinary route. I kind of like the idea of exploring this, like I say, the more creative side of being human. Look at that, everyone got to eat. Oh, except for Merlin. Merlin fell asleep and didn't wake up in time to eat. I haven't worked anything that was his aspiration yet. I didn't even check when they got days off. I'll just have to work around it, I'll be fine. Got quite a lot of money left, actually. I wasn't expecting that, because I'm pretty sure I used up every penny. Make a little panda beanie, that'd be cute. Also, yes, I realise that Snow's supposed to be one cooking and cleaning for everyone, but Hugh wants to have that human experience. Okay, I've got 2.5 hours left with him. I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything else done. Yeah, knit that one, and we'll add that one to the wardrobe. We'll play with Pearl next. Renaissance Sim. Read 3 books, achieve logic level 3. I think it's because, again, Pearl being a mermaid, I kind of wanted the idea of her experiencing what it's like to be human. None of these books are about being humans. Let's get her some books that mean that she can start learning more about her friends. Read a children's book, it's fine. I'm sure it counts. I have no idea what the Dusk Glow 3, Shadow Moon. Okay, Darla is set to be wed to her baby boy vampire. Or bad boy vampire, that makes way more sense. I was getting really worried then. When a conflict erupts between werewolves and vampires. With her nice boy werewolf ready to join the fray, emotions erupt and one kiss changes it all. Really, she goes back and forth again on who she actually likes. Her selection will leave you howling with delight. Okay, not helpful then, is what I'm finding. Okay, I think learning about gardening might be useful because one of your friends is going to be into gardening, and learning how to cook would be useful. Let's hope those count as books, because I think that would give you some sort of areas of familiarity with your friends. Probably the best thing for Pearl would be a part-time job, because you could only get to level 3 of most of those, and they're easy enough to quit and then start again. Having to quit a higher level job is going to be really depressing. Sure, I really don't. If you want to, yeah, you do you. As long as it's not going to hurt anyone, I don't care. Faye, why would you do that? 4 a.m. I should have swapped off you ages ago. On to Phobos. He was in desperate need of the toilet. Oh, great way to start. This is chaos. This is absolute chaos for myself. Why did I do this? I knew I could be trusted, and yet I still did it. Oh, thank you, Crimson. I'm not doing a good job here. We will not be growing garlic. That just seems mean. First of all, let's get you a job as a gardener. Find a job, because if we can get you that first, this might be part of it. Yeah, sure. Achieve level 2 of the gardening skill. Purchase gardens. Shouldn't have bought the seeds. I should have waited. Go ahead and plant all these. That's a good lad. No, don't just stare at it. Actually plant it. Do I have to tell you? Oh, it annoys me when it does this, but I will fix that. I don't know what enchant means. I have not played this pack. It's lovely having a conversation with your friend. It truly is. But I need you to focus. I need you. Why can't you water these? It will help out with you then. You can use it to grow stuff. Right. Let's just tidy this up a little bit. Oh, won't go there. That's fine. That's fine. You just stand in the way, Merlin. It's absolutely no problem at all. It's not like this is killing me inside. Why can't you water these? Do you not have a watering can anymore? I don't want to harvest it. I want to water it. Why can't I water it? Oh, because winter, right? Oh, no. Wait. Just let me do some. I'm so confused. Oh, it's 10 a.m. Flip. We haven't done Faye or Crimson yet. Or Merlin. Let's take Merlin. What's his plan? Travel to the magic realm and learn a spell. Why do I do this to myself? Fairy dust. Okay, that needs to go to... That really needs to go to Favors, because you can use it on his plants. I'm going to go for a little travel. Maybe Merlin doesn't need to get a job straight away. It's already chaos. It's only just started. Why do I do these things? I never get bored in The Sims, people. Never get bored in The Sims. From like the thumbnail. Going on with Faye. So is there a history there where like spellcasters fairies don't get on? These are your people. Say hello. Search for tomes is the best way to go. How did they get here so fast? Oh, was that like right next to the... Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, we do need to make friends with these people as well. We can get him up to friendship level. I think you can learn spells from him. Solution, asked to teach untamed magic. Let's try now. They might not be good enough friends yet, but we'll give it a try. At least I can start towards his... Yes! Excellent! No 3 different spells. Ooh, I like her outfit. That's really cute. Sir, I wish to take you outside for a moment. It's definitely not so I can boost our friendship, so I can learn things from you and steal all your magic. We need to steal this man's magic. Ask to teach practical magic. Is there anywhere to make food here? Do you have anything on you? Oh, you also need the loo. Oh, you have nothing. Oh, there's a kitchen. Is there a toilet? I don't want to ban this man halfway through, but I will. And yes, there's a toilet. Just get a quick meal for now. It'd be a bit insulting to you if you just had something quite big and then just turned up home. Not available. Oh, there's no microwave. Okay, he's just gonna have to. Actually, gonna have to cook. Sorry, Hugh. It's genuinely not personal. Did he learn that second? Yes, he got a second spell. Merlin is actually quite far through his aspiration compared to the rest of them. Yeah, you can enjoy cooking, but just don't do it too much around here because that's a bit mean. Let's just check before I go home. Did I get Pearl a job? I don't think I did. Oh, Crimson. Bad vampire. Bad vampire. Well, you made everyone else upset. You bad vampire. Oh, why did you feed off it? Yeah, haven't you heard of plasma fruit? No, I totally agree. Crimson. You bad person. Now it's going to be even harder for me. Affectionate. Can you just say sorry? You need to say sorry. You absolutely need to say sorry. Help out. Yeah, you're supposed to be a good vampire. You want to be a good vampire. Discuss healthy relationships. I think you need this discussion when she wakes up. You've alienated yourself from everyone. Why would you do such a thing? You were hungry, I realise that, but why did you pick the werewolf to feed from then? We need to get Phobos's guiding skill up because then he can help them out a little bit more then. I am going to get you Undertaker because I do feel like that fits quite well. Work out. Is that it? You just need to work out. We've got a little bit of space out here. I might make a little outside gym equipment area. Work out. Yeah, energized reps. You're the one that drank the werewolf water. I'm sorry. You don't get to be upset now. Hugh, you're still friends with Hugh. Hugh is trying really hard. Yeah, I think you should work out and push your limits. I think that you need to think about what you've done. You can take a shower and maybe we try and find you somewhere that you can fish. Oh no, because you won't be able to make blood packs. Okay. You won't be able to make plasma packs until you reach another level. Okay. What are you two doing? You leave them there for 5 minutes and they are all about the chaos. Yeah, search for information about vampires. I think you need to do that. I think you need to learn how to control yourself. I'm just trying to see mist form beyond the herd. Tamed first. That seems like the best one. Crimson will never drink from other Sims on her own when on no first. Yep, okay, we're going that one. Yep. We're looking in. Then check the time again. Right, Faye, what's yours? Fairy stories. Okay, throw 3 fairy dance parties at a fairy home and befriend 2 fairy Sims. Okay, well, we're in the right round for that. Oh, I don't mean to be personal, but are you a fae? I don't know who these people are. I don't believe this pack. To Maverick, friendly introduction. We're just going to friendly introduction everyone. Find out when this fills up with something. Sorry, were you wearing wings? Did you have wings? Did you have wings? No, you're not. No, I do know you. You're from Solani. No, don't leave. You're definitely a fairy. Come here. I would love to get to know you. Friendly introduction. Embarrassed. Oh, don't be embarrassed. I'm lovely, really. Okay. You just make yourself really small to stand on the piano for no reason. Oh, please don't leave. We need friends. Guess that's not happening. Yes! We've got one friend who's a fairy. There's something really pretty about this room, about this place that they've made. I don't know enough about this pack either to know who is actually a fae and who isn't. I mean, you've got wings. Are you? What have we gone to fairy? Detect emotions, absorb emotion. Oh, good. We're just stealing people's feelings. Don't go anywhere, woman. We need to make a friend. This person might be fae. So fae, we need to make friends. Oh my goodness. Oh, there are so many of them. They're moving too quickly. Stay still. You make you my friends. Friendly introduction. Just gonna try everyone now. They don't all have their wings out. That's fine, but they might be fae. And if they're not, we'll make more friends along the way. We tried to dance with him. He walked off. Bit mean. Hello, are you... Correct, Lauren, are you a fairy? I need everyone who's a fairy. What about you? You're eccentric, I'll give you that. And you're a gnome enthusiast, so maybe? Okay, that is kind of cute that she's just fallen asleep on the piano. Whoa, what's this? Emotional force is consumed to perform fairy abilities, but the frame runs out. Completely will die. Recover emotional force by absorbing emotions of other Sims or using regenerate emotional force. Oh, wow, okay, probably been lucky we saw that. We can't do this. It needs 5 piles of berry dust. I'm sorry. Apparently, I need to absorb your emotions to survive. And unfortunately, I can't absorb yours. He doesn't have a valid emotion to absorb. If we can get him inspired, we might be able to steal his emotions. Oh, goodness. Wait, someone's happy. Can we steal their emotions? Absorb emotion. Can't absorb emotion. Okay. This man feels nothing. Thank you. That was a good hit. Oh, that's what she was doing at the house. She was stealing emotions. In fairness, she's doing it to survive, so, you know. Oh, is she being confronted? No, they could not get us. That's good. Oh, they do not like you at all. Did we steal this person's emotions? I don't think we did. But they may have seen us stealing other people's emotions, and that may have upset them. Mortimer, you're not a fae. Go away. Okay, look. All I'm saying is I really need some friends. We're just going to go home. We've got one. Let's go home. Wow, Crimson is really trying to work through their emotions through sports. Oh, that's good. They're getting on better with Luna. Even though they bit Luna. Okay, who have I got left? I think it's time to play Snow. I should have kept an idea of who I'd played with and what order, because I'd like to keep that going. But I guess maybe we'll just embrace the chaos of playing whoever is available at the time. Hi, Snow. I think I just gave you a random... Yeah, I did. Not much I can do with Snow at the moment, unfortunately. Largely due to the fact that Snow can't achieve her aspiration until everyone else has done theirs. I'd like her to contribute to the household a little bit, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick Angling Ace for now, because that means that Snow can catch fish for Crimson. Yes, I know in the original fairy tale, Snow would cook and clean, and that was part of the story that I told at the start. However, he was now doing that, so we need to find someone else to take over that part of things. Plus, I found with the Rapunzel playthrough, Sims doesn't honestly clean up after themselves. So, trying to have one Sim do all the cleaning is not necessarily easy. Go fishing as soon as I can find somewhere to help you go fish. There are little signs. They're everywhere until you need one, then they're nowhere. Do not, under any circumstances, do this in front of Pearl either, by the way. Go fishing. I wonder if she's having trouble fishing. And she decides to swim with the blooming fishes. You're scaring them off, love. That's not helpful. And the friend of the wild one for Snow as well. Because there are some really cute Sims I would like her to get to know. But right now, I needed to focus on fishing for Crimson. Well, we fished at 2 locations. We just haven't caught any fish yet. Yes! Yes, we finally got fish. I should be picking things that I think would help Snow, like, run the country, I guess. Fishing is probably not one of them. But I would have thought keeping the vampire busy so that they don't feed on the local peasantry would probably be quite good as a ruler. Not again. They'd feed on you again. Or are you just feeling the werewolf rage thing that I need to be worried about? Or are you just tired? You couldn't have napped before I took over control of you. Yeah, you can serve brunch. Just, I think tomatoes are bad for dogs as well, aren't they? I know chocolate is, but obviously chocolate's like the most famous one. Greatest grower. The little green thumbs are holding a harvest off, a speed grow contest to see which horticulturalist can produce the biggest and best produce. What does Phoebus do? Focus effort on cultivating a fruit finalist or spectate the contest for fun as a farming fan? Go for it. Oh, there you go. We got a small gain. Hang on. Phoebus entered the contest with confidence. His entry is going to be the world's largest onion. With careful tending and horticultural secrets, his contest-winning onion grew to massive proportions. Phoebus easily took first place, and the onion caused the surrounding area to smell a bit oniony for the rest of the week. The performance gained small, but he also had 20 fun. Nice. And now Pearl's exercising. Good for her. She's a mermaid. She kind of needs to be good at swimming. Anyway, that one perch you've got, throw it in the fridge for now. Let's go have a quick flick around and just see if there's anywhere we can do fishing around here. Bask in emotions, bottle spring emotions, ask to moon dip spring how it feels, ask to change emotional state too. Okay. We have sentient water that we can bottle. That feels creepy. Are those condors or vultures? I just want to know if we should be worried. Oh, cool. Phobos has unlocked the home remedy special touch for family recipes by overcoming a common illness. Of course, you acquired the vicious skill. Crimson, you're supposed to be good. You're supposed to be a good vampire. Everyone is just absolutely getting ripped out here. Hugh, I don't think being that close to Luna right now is a good idea. Okay, Luna's fine. Yeah, we should probably try and build some friendships around here as well. And begin to think that the friendship one would have been a better choice. Okay, we're going to need you to repair. Okay, Luna is very angry. Probably because we woke her up. I wouldn't be happy. Okay, I think I might leave it there, which means next episode will be me starting with the Queen offering Snow an apple, which will determine whether or not I can play with Snow. But I'm running out of time, so I am going to start doing the outro now, my fair dragons. So I hope you enjoyed this absolute chaos of an episode. And again, I hope you enjoyed the new intro that I'm trying out. Not going to do it for every video, just for the start of stories like this one, just to give them some background. So we're not just going straight in without any context. So I hope you come back for the next one, my fair dragons. I get the feeling this one's going to be a bit longer than the Rapunzel Cell story that I did. So I hope you continue to join me for the chaos. So take care, my loves, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.